Hey, good morning guys, and welcome to Ocean Deep Fishing. I'm your host Ed, and today's video is about some things that we've been added to our boat for safety reasons, and I'm just making a short video to show you guys what we added to our safety arsenal on the boat and talk a little bit about it, and hopefully that any information I can give you will be helpful in a decision maybe you want to make to have on your boat. So, you know, you're out on the water, you're offshore. Usually there's boats around, or can be boats around, but sometimes you're stuck maybe on an odd day where there's not many boats over there, and in the case of an emergency, you're out by yourself, or even with a fishing buddy. There's always a chance that something could happen and you could be stuck by yourself. As I have on my boat, we are always thinking of safety. So I have the typical stuff that you have. I have a VHF radio. I have a backup handheld VHF radio. I have my life jackets. I have my safety flares. We have a fire extinguisher and those sort of things. So we do have safety equipment on the boat that we bring out with us all the time. But I decided I've always wanted to upgrade my safety arsenal to have on the boat just in case of an emergency. I'm not going to get into a long story about this, but years ago we were out off the Keys and we were trolling for dolphin. I had 4 people on the boat, including one cleaning myself and 3 others, and we were into the position where within not even 5 minutes we were from going okay to almost sinking the boat. With the grace of God, we came over that. We were able to fix what was going on, and we were back to fishing again. But it was a very scary situation, and that could have really turned tragic for us. And the equipment I'm going to show you now, we did not have at that time. So this is just something you can add to your boat to have peace of mind. If something tragic should happen, you'll have something to back you up. So the first thing we're going to show you is, this is a ACR 406 personal location beacon. And I ordered one, and here's a little tip about it. I ordered one from Amazon and it came in the package, everything was good. And I ended up having to send it back. And the reason why is, these from the manufacturer are guaranteed to have a 5-year battery. Well, the battery only lasts from the day it was manufactured. So when I opened it up, the manufacturer date and the expiration date on the unit was different. So we didn't get 5 years on it. We only had 2 years of battery life according to the expiration date that was stamped on the unit. So I ended up sending that back, and Peggy and I took a drive over to Gainesville, and we went to Bass Pro Shop, and they only had one left, and this is a 5-year battery on here, and it's stamped so that we have 5 years. It expires in 2030. So I'm going to go over that as I explain this to you. So if you're going to buy this, it's probably better to go in person to a Bass Pro Shop or Boater's World or something like that that carries these in person, so that you can actually physically check the dates on them. Because if you're ordering over the internet from whether it be Amazon or anywhere else, you can't be guaranteed that you're going to get a 5-year life battery out of the one you get. Okay, so basically what this is you keep it with you on the boat. Some people strap it onto their life jackets, their vests, so in case you fall overboard, you have that. Where you put it is probably all up to you and what you feel comfortable with in case you need it for an emergency. We just got this, so I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do that. But let's take this up and open it up and see what's inside. Okay guys, so we're going to slide this out. I'm going to open this up, and this is what you get. This is your handheld personal indicating positioner. It also comes with a package where you can fix it to your boat somewhere permanent, or you can use it on a belt. Maybe you're maybe you like it to be on your hip while you're fishing, so it gives you the option of that. Then underneath gives you a little card over here that has kind of basically what the unit does, points out different safeties, shows you how to position the antenna, what gives you the best signal, and what not to do with the antenna. Just a safety briefing, shows you what all the buttons and stuff do on there, and gives you basic information on how to use the unit. So you get that. Okay, and here's a copy, which I'll show you. This is what's on your unit as it comes. This is just a copy of that, and I'll show you that in a minute. And you have an ACR sticker that you might want to put on your boat, just to let everybody know that you, if they come across your boat and it's empty, there's nobody on board, and they see this, they know that you have a personal locating beacon possibly on your person. And it comes with, if you're hunting or fishing, or maybe you're hiking, comes with a couple personal decals that you can put on your phone to decorate it if you want. And one of the most important things that it comes with is a registration form. This is a personal information registration of your beacon. This one comes with an envelope you don't need a stamp on, and it's mandatory that you register your beacon. So this will get registered with SARSAT, which is a satellite system that connects this to a satellite to give you your position and where you're at. It also gets registered with NOAA.gov, so the Coast Guard and that will get this signal from the satellite, which will let them know that you're in trouble, and it will give you your position, your GPS, it'll give your latitude and longitude position if you have the beacon on your person, if you fall overboard, or if you're just stuck on the boat, it'll give you your boat's position and follow it as you go. So this is by mail. You can also go online. Gives you the directions where to go online and do this, and you can do it online, which I did, and then within 5 days you will get a letter back in the mail saying that your beacon was registered with NOAA, and it'll give you a copy on the back side of it on everything that you put on the registration form, so that you can go over it and make sure that everything's correct on it. You're gonna put your name, address, phone number. You're gonna put an emergency contact person, so if you're out by yourself, they have somebody they can contact to let them know that they got a distress signal from you, and they can find out more information. It's also good for your emergency person, or maybe a dock master where you're launching your boat from, to do a float plan. And a float plan is nothing more than letting somebody know where you intend to go fishing. So it gives a good spot for somebody to say, hey, you know, we're going offshore 60 miles, we're fishing such and such reef or such and such bottom or whatever. Wanted to show you this here. So when you get your unit out, it's going to give you a number which is associated with this particular unit, and right here it's going to give you an expiration date. That expiration date is the one that you want to be concerned with, and that's why I'm saying you should probably not order it online. You should go to a brick and mortar place and actually buy it, so that you can check the date, because the battery on here is supposed to be 5 years. So this is good till 2030, so we're good to go. So when you get this unit, the antenna is right here. Basically you just take your finger pop it up, and it unwraps just like this here, and then you bring your signal up, and this antenna is supposed to be pointing up to the satellite. Okay, so if you that's your best way for it to connect, is straight up. So you can hold it like that, straight up, or you can lay it down on a deck maybe, or on a platform with it straight up, but that's the best way to get a satellite signal. So when you get it, to make sure that it's correct, they have a T button on here, which is a test button. And it'll tell you in the directions over there. You hold it for 2 seconds, you're going to get some flashing green lights, and then there's a screen right here that will come up, and it'll give you a green check mark to know that it did attach and was receiving from a satellite. The button you don't ever want to press unless you're in trouble is this red button. You press that red button and you hold it, I think it's for 3 seconds or 4 seconds. That is going to turn on your unit, and it's going to start sending your signal to the satellite, which is going to go to NOAA, which is going to get transmitted to the closest Coast Guard center that you're particularly close to at that point, so they can send out search and rescue. So, and then you just keep this on your person. It's good for up to 24 hours of signaling, which they say usually if you have all this and everything works out, 4 to 6 hours, you should have somebody at your boat rescuing you. For whatever reason, if it's overcast, the signal's not great or whatever, the battery in here will last up and signal up to 24 hours once the initial button is turned on. And then when you register on the registration or online, this is the information. This is a sticker that came on the unit when you bought it. So it has your numbers that coincides with this particular handheld. That's what you're going to fill out, plus all the other questions they ask you. And then when in 4 or 5 days, when you get your letter in the mail, there's going to be a sticker that comes on the registration. You check all this information with this information and make sure it's all correct, and then you put that sticker on the back. And that, what that sticker does is it gives you your name, of course, which on there, and if activated, it gives you a number if you're in cell service, if you have cell service where your accident happened. It has an 800 number that you can call if you have your phone to talk to somebody about where you're at. Your registration lasts for 2 years. 2 months prior to your registration becoming expired, they will either text you, email you, or send a letter saying that, you know, you have to renew your beacon registration and update it, because it only lasts 2 years. So that's about it on this here. This is the first one I've ever owned. I've wanted to have one for a long time. When I was first thinking about these, they only had what they call an EPIRB, which is basically the same thing, but it's a bigger unit. It's way more expensive than this here. And you attach it on your boat somewhere, and what happens, it has an automatic, if your boat sinks or whatever, it automatically comes attached or detached from your holder, and it will surface and start sending a signal, water activated. Anyway, then, so this particular one, if you're interested in cost, is we paid just over $400 for it. I know it's a lot of money. I know a lot of you might not be able to just spend $400 on safety equipment, but if you can put a little bit money aside each week or each month until you gain the money, this is priceless to have on your boat. So anyway, I hope this information helped you on this, and stand by, because I'm going to show you a second safety thing that we've added to our arsenal. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so our second thing we've added, and I bought one for myself and one for Peggy, and that is a personal inflatable life jacket. And I got these a couple things just to have extra safety on the boat, and not because I'm getting older, because this could happen to a younger person too, but I just feel like a lot of times when, you know, I can't swim as hard as I used to, and if you ever get thrown off a boat or whatever, I bought the one that's water. It reacts by water when you go over. If this gets submerged into water, it will self inflate. They also have a pull cord that you can pull, and there's a cylinder in there that will inflate this, and it also has a straw-like thing that you can actually manually blow it up in case maybe you've already inflated this at one time and you're floating in the ocean and maybe it's gone down a little bit. You can use the straw to manually blow into it and re-inflate it so that you have buoyancy on top of the water until somebody finds you. Now, this is just a personal thing. You can get the one that automatically inflates from being submerged in water. They also make them that it's just manual. You have to pull it in order to inflate it. The reason I got the automatic one versus the manual, if for some reason you got hit by a hard wave and you got knocked off your boat, if for some reason you got knocked out because your head hit the boat or whatever, and you fell in the water, you could drown, because if it's just a manual one and you're unconscious, there's no way for you to pull the cord. So I felt that I want the automatic one just for that reason. In case I fell overboard and I hit my head and I was unconscious, at least it would inflate by itself and until I either came to, or at least keep my head above water until we got rescued. Now I got Peggy one too. It's the exact one that I have, except it's a different color, but it works the same way. You have your ripcord, you have your cartridge in here, and you also unzip it, and there's a straw in here as well that you can re-inflate it. So, and then this is a little bigger and bulkier than I thought it was going to be. I really wanted to get this so that we could wear it while we were fishing and on the boat and moving. It does become a little cumbersome to go out. One thing I found out that I'm in the next video that's coming after here, you'll see we went fishing and I'm wearing it, and what's irritating is sometimes this back here on the back of your neck, if you have a low t-shirt, it kind of scratches the back of your neck. So I would suggest maybe a buff. If you had a buff to put on your neck, it would definitely feel a lot more comfortable. We bought these off of Amazon, and I believe they were, don't quote me, but I think they were $149 each, or $139, something like that. They have them down as low as like $89 each, which is just it's the exact same thing. And only thing is it's 100% manual. You have to blow it up with a straw. There's no pull cord, there's no automatic, and it's just a straw to manually blow it up. So you can get these relatively inexpensive, down to, and depending on what you want, I've seen some of these go for almost as much as $300 a piece, depending on the company and that. So anyway, that's something that we added to the boat for more of a safety thing. So I hope you enjoyed the information in this. I hope it's useful. If you're going to go out and purchase one of these, especially the beacon, make sure that you check the expiration date on those. These, I feel they should last until the canister goes off or you use it, and then you're going to have to replace the canister with a new one, if that's the case. These here, you know, especially the one I have, you don't want to use these as a life jacket if you're a personal life jacket if you're going like tubing or anything where you're going to get wet if you're skiing, because once you land in the water, it gets water activated, it's going to blow up. So definitely don't recommend those for that type of activity. So anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys have been watching and you like my content, why don't you subscribe? It'd be a great time to subscribe. We're growing, and I'd really like to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We're only at just a little over 1,500, so it's a big ask. But if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe. We have another video coming out pretty soon after this one. We took a trip for a couple days fishing, so yeah, stick around for that. So thank you. Until we see you on the next one, take care. God bless. Give a thumbs up, and we'll see you on that next video. Take care, guys.